question in this video is, are luxury brands worth it? Is it worth it to buy items from brands that are more expensive? I think that this question depends on your values, but also what type of brand you are buying things from. Luxury brands for clothing, in my opinion, tend to be overhyped. Overhyped means people think that buying luxury clothing is really cool and worth it. But to me, buying luxury clothing seems like a waste of money. But if you're a person that really values the way that you look and expressing yourself through your outfits is important to you, then buying luxury clothing might be worth it. I think it also depends on the definition of luxury, because luxury can be seen as an item that is high quality or even beyond that. For example, a high quality item that also has a prestigious or well-known brand attached to it. For example, Louis Vuitton is a luxury brand, and they make high quality items, but often what you are paying for is the brand recognition, not so much for the quality of the item. In my opinion, if you really like the product you are buying from a luxury brand, then you should buy it. But if you're only buying the product because you want some recognition, fame, or I can't think of the right word. Let me start over. If you're only buying the product so that other people see you and they say, wow, what a cool brand they have, then I think it feels a little bit superficial, a little bit fake. But that's just my opinion. This question is relevant to me in my life because I work as a brand representative. I wouldn't call the brand that I work for a luxury brand, but we do make very high quality products. I think that some brands are worth buying from more than others. For example, sometimes when I go grocery shopping, I will buy a certain brand of food over another brand because although it's a little bit more expensive, I like the characteristics that that brand has. One example of this is broccoli. There is a brand of broccoli here that is more expensive than another brand of broccoli. The broccoli is in packages, and so the first time I bought a package of broccoli from the cheaper brand, I didn't know what the actual product looked like. But when I cooked and ate the broccoli, it was hard and crunchy, and it didn't have the taste and texture that I like for my broccoli. So the next time I bought a different brand, and it was much better. I think sometimes paying for luxury items is simply a matter of deciding if the product value, if what the product actually does, is important enough for you to justify the cost. Or sometimes luxury brands have a specific feature that makes the decision to buy that brand even more enticing. For example, I bought an iPhone because I had an Apple laptop, and the compatibility between the two was better than if I bought an Android phone. I don't think that iPhones are better than Android, but this feature for my particular life situation made sense. Brands are made up. They're not real. They're things that humans have created. When I worked at a sporting goods store, there was a brand called Reebok. When I began to work at the store, one of the managers told me that the store I was working for was going to buy the same clothes that Reebok was making and start to sell them with their own brand label. What I mean by this is that the store I was working at had the same clothes, but the brand name changed. It was the same items. Therefore, I think brands and the way that they manipulate or prey on humans' predispositions, this concept is both interesting and also funny. Because, like I said before, brands are made up. They're not real.